Guam for 80 years. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. The all-new 2018 Kona by Hyundai, available at Cars Plus. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
Ahead on Primetime, the latest with the Vatican verdict and Bishop Anthony Apron, plus more than a dozen of the island's elderly forced to vacate St. Dominic's Senior Care Center. And the governor is finalizing his fiscal realignment plan that includes multi-million-dollar cuts.
Hafide and good evening.
It was the courage of 4 people that, after several decades of holding it in, shared a deep, dark secret that rocked the core of the island's Catholic Church. Accusations of child sex abuse perpetrated by then-priest Anthony Apron.
Years since these former altar boys first came forward on the steps of the Hagåtña Cathedral, a Vatican tribunal has found Apron guilty of certain accusations, and now his predecessor, Coadjutor Archbishop Michael Burns, calls on the island's faithful to move forward in faith. 4 men, but one story that took unimaginable courage to share, accusing the head of the island's Catholic Church, Bishop Anthony Apron, of abusing them when they were children and when he was a priest at Mount Carmel Church in Agate.
I convey my deepest apologies to Mr. Roy Quitanitza, Mr. Walter Denton, Mr. Roland Paul Sandia, and the late Joseph Sonny Kinata for the tremendous damage inflicted upon each of you.
Sandia says the verdict was 40 years in the making.
And it was the guilty verdict. Something that we've been waiting for a long time.
Apron, however, has announced plans to appeal the Vatican verdict. If that should happen, everything would become status quo. For his successor, though, Archbishop Michael Burns says a new journey starts today, post-Apron.
We are becoming a better church. We continue to work toward healing and restoration of all who have been victimized by clergy sexual abuse on Guam through a number of ways. We include Hope and Healing Initiative, which continues, which among other things have helped provide professional counseling to our wounded brethren. We continue to work with survivors of clergy abuse and their lawyers to settle all the case fairly and amicably.
There are more than 150 cases still pending involving other local priests and former Catholic school teachers. As for Sandia, there may be a verdict, but
he needs to tell his flock that he did wrong. I want him to admit, I want him to tell us and apologize.
But that might never happen. Apron's attorney, Jackie Terlahi.
First of all, I want to reiterate that Archbishop Anthony was in fact acquitted, of the majority of the charges against him. I think that this is an important fact that has been underplayed by many of the media outlets that are out there. There is an appellate process in place, and he has already appealed the finding of guilty.
Archbishop Burns said he did not know the specific accusations Apron was found guilty of.
And immediately following our newscast, you'll hear more from Sandia and other Apron victims on our special report, The Vatican Verdict.
We'll also hear from Archbishop Burns and those who led the fight to expose Apron, not just for child sex abuse, but other problems within the local church under his watch related to finances and the Redemptorist Mater Seminary. Again, The Vatican Verdict airs tonight at 6:30.
Well, it's an Easter gift they didn't expect. At least a dozen of our island's Manumco could be forced to find a new home by Easter Sunday.
This according to St. Dominic's Home, who says public health officials found seniors no longer qualify under the medically indigent program. Carmen Terlahi has the story.
Ryan Leon Guerrero's grandmother is 83 years old. She suffers severe dementia and a kidney disease, leaving her bedridden at St. Dominic's Senior Care Center. While attending Sunday church yesterday, his family received a letter of eviction.
They get served this notice last Sunday that you have to vacate, basically take your patient, your grandmother, your mother, out of our care without any formal notification from public health.
The letter sent by Sister Maria Manaloto says that on March 9th, St. Dominic's was visited by 2 public health auditors who checked records and visited residents to assess eligibility for MIP. The result, 12 residents now, quote, non-eligible.
They can't use the bathroom properly, let alone they can't stand. They can't feed themselves. They have to be cared for 24/7. We literally have to transform our home and make it into a handicap accessible home for her particular needs. The misinformation and the lack of information is what makes us distressed, not just our public officials, but anybody in our circle. So I think transparency is key.
The letter adds St. Dominic's contract with MIP will be repealed based on, quote, new regulations in terms for medical coverage, which excludes custodial care. However, Teresita Archangel, chief of the Division of Public Welfare, says MIP has never covered custodial care and the audit process isn't finished. The news was shocking for our public guardian, Marceline Santos.
There are others who just have absolutely nobody on this earth that as a family member. And there are at least 2 or 3 of them up there that have absolutely nobody. If you're eligible for MIP, your resources are very limited. So I don't know what they're going to do, and I don't know what I'm going to do. St. Dominic's has just been the only game in town, and that was always a dangerous kind of situation. And now we're seeing it. They're our only option, and it's gone.
In her letter, Sister Maniloto describes the situation at St. Dominic's as urgent, calling family members to a special meeting this Thursday. Reporting for Guam News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Terlahi.
And as of news time, Sister Maniloto was unavailable for comment.
The governor is expected to submit a revised fiscal realignment plan this week, with at least $30 million in spending cuts to help offset a projected $67 million revenue shortfall. This comes ahead of an April 1st increase in the business privilege tax from the 4% to 5% to help make up for the rest of it. Nestor Lecanto reports.
The 25% increase in the BPT is supposed to sunset at the end of the current fiscal year in 6 months. But as Chamber Legislative Review Chairman Bobby Shringy concedes, since the tax is assessed before the sale, it's not a visible tax. And so
the biggest problem with raising BPTs is that once it's up, prices probably won't come down.
He says that's why the Chamber has advocated for a sales tax, which the newly passed law calls for by the new fiscal year in October. Shringy says they'd like to see a phase in and phase out.
Maybe a 4 to 5 year conversion period. As BPT goes from 4 down to 3 down to 2, sales taxes will go from 0 to 1 to 2 and upwards. Eventually, there's going to be some sort of a balance when it comes to a sales tax, assuming the fact that not everything is under exemption.
And to mitigate a sales tax, Shringy says they hope the government looks at other ways to raise money through better compliance and collections, or raising historically low taxes such as real property. Already, Speaker B.J. Cruz has introduced legislation to increase so-called sin taxes on alcohol and tobacco products.
There are benefits for all parties on this, and so I think that's really where the conversation needs to go, including timeline.
The Department of Revenue and Taxation must also still submit the rules and regulations for implementing the general sales tax. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
A little good news for a change about government finances. The Guam Preservation Trust improved its financial position according to a release from the public auditor, while the GPT still recorded a net loss of $980,000 for fiscal year 2017. That's less than $2.6 million net loss from the previous year. The trust also saw a decline in revenue from $827,000 in FY 2016 to $769,000 in FY 17. Most of the funding comes from building permit fees.
Well, stick around for more news here on Primetime.
You're watching KUAM.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming, KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Half the day, I'm in the club.
Half a day, welcome to Two Lovers Point.
Half a day, I'm in the club.
We're celebrating our 135th anniversary today, both in the outlying regions on which we hub and also here in Guam itself. It means so much to our team here in Guam. It means a lot to us in the Matson management team, because what it says is we're here to stay. It's a real physical manifestation of our commitment to this region. It's so important that we hire locally, we develop talent locally, we train locally. What's been a wonderful addition to our approach there is that many of the people who started off in Guam have gone off into significant leadership roles elsewhere in the company.
This is our headquarters here in Guam in Micronesia. And when we talk about putting down our roots, it's not just doing business, it's about everything we do with our friends, our customers, and our employees. I believe that nobody can replicate what we do, and that's why we have such a great team and such a great service and why we're successful. This is our home, this is our life, and we're happy to make a difference in everyone else's life.
Join the most excellent of egg hunts at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam on Tuesday, March 27 from 3 to 7 p.m. Pre-register for the right age group in one of the 4 egg hunts per hour. Call 647-4544 or stop in the restaurant and sign up at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
Cars Plus and Mighty has the trucks. And during Ram Truck Month, save up to $97.50 on new Ram trucks. Cars Plus has a great selection of 2018 Ram trucks. Plus, shop our remaining 2017 Ram 1500s. Voted Guam's best truck 2 years in a row. The Ram truck comes with a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty. And with 1.99 APR financing for qualified buyers, there's no better time to buy than now. It's Ram Truck Month, and only Cars Plus and Mighty has the trucks. Cars Plus, driven by you.
They don't want these coming out. Mexican spices, nacho cheese sauce.
Critics and fans agree. Nacho fries are a masterpiece. It'll change the way you look at fries, craves The Hollywood Reporter. Nacho fries, now serving at a Taco Bell near you.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart
We know how life can be when you're young, wild and free. That's why GTA hooks it up with the best phones at the best prices to keep you living life to the fullest. Get the Motorola Moto G4 for free, an Alcatel A3 XL for only $49, or the Samsung Galaxy A8 for only $99, with a $50 per month unlimited talk and text plan, including 5 gigs of high-speed data. Visit gta.net or a store for details.
This is pollock, and this is pollock, but they're totally different. One is pollock South Dakota, and the other is real wild-caught Alaska pollock from a certified sustainable fishery. And that's the pollock you'll find in the McDonald's Filet of Fish. So, no matter where you are, you can always get real fish caught sustainably from here. So let's review. This is that one place called pollock, this is real wild-caught Alaska pollock, and this is who can bring it all together, sourced from a sustainable fishery. And it's delicious.
Celebrate the magic of Southern Guam on the Talafofo River at the Valley of the Lady River Festival 3 on April 7th and the 8th. Explore the Talafofo River on our riverboats, tour our pineapple plantation, ride a carabao, ply on traditional canoes, throw a talaza, feast on delicious Chamorro food, enjoy cultural dancing and local entertainment all day long. Canoe carvers, artists, farmers, and traditional healers will celebrate with us from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Celebrating Southern Guam is presented by the mayors of Talafofo and Inarajan, GVB, Foodies, Midpack, Pepsi, Takagi and Associates, Kloppenberg Enterprises, Jungle Riverboat, and the stations of KUAM. Visit valleyoftheLady.com or call 789-3342 for information.
Here in Guam, I see a lot of people do things with their families, with their friends, and I think Blue Moon also has that really nice social appeal to it. It's not a beer that you savor by yourself in your basement. It's one that you take out and you share, and you have it with food, you have it with family and friends. And to me, I think that's perfect for Guam because, again, you see those two natural pairings just come together. Yeah, to me, it makes perfect sense to put them right together.
The 2017 Nissan Altima and Sentra. Now with Nissan Intelligent Mobility, featuring automatic emergency braking that can help stop for you. Take on today. Get to your local Nissan dealer for great offers like this.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. We start the show off tonight with soccer news on our men's national soccer team. Team Matau, as head coach Carl Dodd is prepping the team for future competition. Check it out. 15 players from Guam's men's national soccer team are in San Diego for training camp. Matau head coach Carl Dodd says, "We are using this camp to evaluate the players off island and to implement the new professional standards and playing style to those players. Through the camp, we will be able to assess players playing in intercollegiate and professional leagues in the United States. For every tournament, we want to call up the best players available to produce the best results for Guam." The training camp will officially begin Monday, March 19th through Tuesday, March 27th, with friendly matches against San Diego State University and LA Galaxy 2 on March 23rd and March 27th, respectively. Players called up to the camp are AJ De La Garza, Marlon Evans, Dallas J, Isaiah Laguteng, Alexander Lee, Justin Lee, Nathaniel Lee, Shane Malcolm, John Matkin, Jacob McDonald, Edward Na, Dylan Apathy, Sean Nicola, Travis Nicola, and Jared Pengandian. In bowling news, Brian Manabusan laid stake to the Pinpoint Guam King of the Lanes throne, claiming the March title, defeating second seed Aaron Elliott via an error-free game, 207 to 171, stamping his ticket to the year-end finals. Naya Timaglo picked up the Prince title as she climbed from the 10th place position to become the first back-to-back winner in either division since 2014, rolling past second seed Jacelyn Espiritu for the title. The next Pinpoint Guam King and Prince of the Lanes will be held on Sunday, April 15th. For more information, check out GuamBowlingCongress.com. Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're going to leave you now with a video montage from this year's Special Olympics track and field event.
brand new Nissan Rogue Sport. Now with available Nissan intelligent mobility technologies, like automatic emergency braking. Now on the Nissan Rogue family. Take on today. Get to your local Nissan dealer for great offers like this.
To me, Blue Moon pairs really well with Guam because Blue Moon is a beer that's exotically spiced. It's very unique and different than anything else out there in the marketplace. We always want to make sure that they're food friendly. You can pair them up with dishes, practically anything. Ingredients are the malts, the hops, the spices. And we put them together on that canvas, and the finished work of art is our bottle of Blue Moon beer.
Every time I travel, there's something from home that I can't leave without. I take my Docomo Pacific Data to Go to share my stories in Taiwan, check subway routes in Tokyo, be my food guide in Hong Kong, meet new friends in the Philippines, make updates in the States, find my way around Korea, and check out all the cool shows in Singapore. It's the data I have in all the places I love for only $10 a day. Data to Go from Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Join the most excellent of egg hunts at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam on Tuesday, March 27 from 3 to 7 p.m. Pre-register for the right age group in one of the 4 egg hunts per hour. Call 647-4544 or stop in the restaurant and sign up at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
Guam is more than a tiny island in the Pacific. This magical place is where I call home. This island inspires me to learn and explore what's around me. It teaches me that there are no shortcuts in life and that the long way home may just be the scenic route. And that even the dirt roads can lead you to beautiful destinations.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shoutouts from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Happy 19th birthday going out to Mako Torres. Happy birthday to Pollock Faji. Happy birthday, Dad. We love you very much. Thank you from your kids and mommy. Also, happy birthday, Bryn Mandel. Lots of love from the family. And happy belated birthday to Gabriella Helen Pangolinan. Happy 12th birthday to my 1 in a million baby girl. We are so proud of what you have achieved so far and the obstacles you have overcome. Enjoy your day and all your up-and-coming celebrations, my star. We love you so much from Daddy, Mommy, Auntie Nettie, and brothers and sisters, as well as favorite aunties and uncles and siblings. Cassandra Mnego from Mom, Dad, and Sister Cameron and Charmaine. Happy 80th birthday to Antonia, grandmother, mom, great-grandmother from the family.
Remember, you can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and birth date so we can celebrate you.
And that's going to do it for us here in the news desk. Keep it here. Crystal's up next with
the Vatican verdict.
Yes.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E.